Let's learn in this video about different index rules. I'm pretty sure you all know what is meant by an index. 2 to the power 3, 5 to the power 8, 9 to the power 2 are different examples that have indices in them. So in all these examples, these small numbers which is written at the upper right hand corner is known as the index. So they're all called index, or sometimes we call it as exponent, or sometimes we call it as power. Okay, and these numbers 2, 5, 9, etc. are called the base. I'm pretty confident you all know what is meant by 2 to the power 3. So that's nothing but 2 multiplied 3 times. So the exponent form or the index form is a way for writing a repeated multiplication. So when you have, for example, 2 multiplied 10 times, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's pretty long, isn't it? Instead of that, we can write it as 2 to the power 10. So this exponent form is a simple way of writing the repeated multiplication of the same number. So now we're going to deal with different rules when we deal with these indices. So the first one is the multiplication. What is the answer for 2 to the power 2 times 2 to the power 3? Okay, let's deal with by expanding each of these and multiplying them together. 2 to the power 2 is 2 multiplied 2 times, okay, the repeated multiplication, and times 2 to the power 3 is 2 multiplied 3 times. And how many 2's are there now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Simple way of writing that is 2 to the power 5, 2 multiplied 5 times. Okay, so the answer for this is 2 to the power 5. Okay, notice this exponents carefully. 2 and 3, if you add them, you get 5. So to multiply 2 powers, we simply need to add the exponents. In general, if you have 8 to the power m times 8 to the power n, the answer is 8 to the power m plus n. The only thing is this base should be same. You cannot multiply 2 to the power 5 with 3 to the power 5 because these bases are not same. Okay, now let's deal with division. Let's learn division by taking another simple example, 10 to the power 5 divided by 10 to the power 3. What is the answer? Let me put that in this form, 10 to the power 5 on 10 to the power 3, and the numerator is 10 to the power 5, that's 10 multiplied 5 times. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, right. And 10 to the power 3 is 10 multiplied 3 times. Now, we can cancel each of the 10 in the denominator with each of the 1 in the numerator. So 10 cancels out, 10 cancels out. Okay, so what we ended up with is 10 times 10, which is 10 to the power 2, just 10 multiplied 2 times. Or the answer for this one is 10 to the power 2. This, when you carefully look at these exponents, can be obtained by subtracting these two exponents. Or in general, if you have 8 to the power m divided by 8 to the power n, the answer is 8 to the power m minus n. To divide the two powers with the same base, subtract the indices. Okay, now let's learn a zero index rule, a simple rule. What is 5 to the power 0? What is 10 to the power 0? What is 158 to the power 0? If the power is 0, you can simply write it as the answer as 1. Or in general, we can write it as 8 to the power 0 equals 1. That's a zero index rule for any number. So the only condition is this one, a should not be equal to 0. So this is simple. So this is the simple rule, zero index rule for any a which is not equal to 0. 8 to the power 0 equals 1. Now we can learn another simple rule, which is the negative index rule. So what is 5 to the power minus 2? What is 8 to the power minus 3? Or anything like that. So this is nothing but 1 on 5 to the power 2, and this is 1 on 8 to the power 3. Or we can write this rule as in general form, 8 to the power minus n equals 1 on 8 to the power n. And again, there is a condition in here, so a should not be equal to 0. Okay, there's one last rule as well, which is the power of a power rule. How do you find out 5 to the power 2 to the power 3? Okay, so any simple way of finding it out. 5 to the power 2 to the power 3 can be thought of as 5 to the power 2 multiplied 3 times. So you can write it as that way, 5 to the power 2, 5 to the power 2, 5 to the power 2. And now we can expand each one. So 5 to the power 2 is 5 times 5 times. This is again 5 times 5. And this is also 5 times 5. So how many 5s we ended up with? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's nothing but 5 to the power 6, or the answer for this one is 5 to the power 6. Look carefully at the exponents. How can you get 6 in here? So that's 2 times 3. So to find the power of a power, you simply need to multiply the powers together. To raise a power to another power, multiply the indices, which is known as the power of a power rule. So in summary, we've learned about product rule, quotient rule, zero index rule, negative index rule, and also the power of a power rule. So these rules are used in multiple occasions throughout maths. So please make sure you learn them properly and do as many examples as you can.